Welcome shape enthusiasts. In the last episode of our Hexagonal Factory series, we worked on unlocking trains and laid the groundwork for our future transportation network. This episode, we're tackling milestone 5 as we figure out creative ways to build an interesting trefoil pattern. We'll also set up our staging 1 area, but those platform unit limitations continue to challenge us. Let's dive in. The two first bits of milestone 5 are going. While we do that, I think we should set up staging. We do need to come back and figure out a pattern for doing this. Maybe this is a common thing that happens a lot, so we need to figure out how to do this sort of stuff. But in the meantime, let's go and set up a staging area to start doing some tasks, because we haven't done any tasks for ages. I'm just going to head to home, and we're going to head over to staging 1 and get this all set up with trains now. Why did I put staging 1 here? Did I just mark this and not put anything down because I didn't have any platform units? Alright, I think we just barely have enough platform units to set up staging 1. So we marked all this stuff. How many can we put down without destroying all our platform units? Let's have a look. 1, 2. Well, this is very expensive. 3, 4. I don't want to burn all my platform units and then not have anything to actually do the shapes. I reckon 4 is probably enough for the basic shape, so I'm going to do 4 of each one. Then we can get them into some sort of train system. Let me get that done. Did I save my cargo loaders nicely for this? I don't think so. Let's get shape loaders going. Do we want this to go upwards, I guess, into staging 1? Yep, let's get it going upwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get 2 stops going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we will get that going. We just need to hook the belts in now. Just like that. We obviously need a train with 8 carriages, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that should double stop here, carry all the load into our staging area. Let me just figure out where the tracks will go to staging 1. Probably like this way, something like this. RGB is going to be here. Maybe we'll do it here. I don't know. Where's the colors going to go? Color mixing. If the color mixing goes here, maybe the tracks can go like here. And the color mixing can be done over here. Then we can bring in the rest from here. Right, that sounds good. That makes sense. Cool. So we need something like this. Oops. Wonder if I can just plop this down directly somewhere on here. Oh, it fits. Beauty. Excellent. Might need to reverse the train. And then one more over here to... Wait, this shape isn't a full shape. What the heck did I mark this shape for? What am I missing? I got the flowers, I got that. I just need a full shape of... Well, someone wants me to call it gears, but... arrows? Let me just quickly find that. Full shapes are an absolute nightmare to find. I think this is the closest one I can find. Let me just flip this. Let's get all that trained in together. A bit far this one, but that's fine. We want a few tiles of space in between. Let me just figure out how much space. I think this is reasonable. There's only 3 shapes in hex mode as opposed to 4. Let's get some unloading going. Doesn't really matter which way they load or unload from, right? 4. 2 stops. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. This is our unloading system. We just need one more. Well, we got 200 platforms left. Awesome. Maybe staging was a bad idea for this. I don't know. 200 platforms is not a lot of platforms to work with. What used up all the platform units? That didn't use it up. Did this use up platform units? No. Does this use up platform units? I had 1,000. These loading and unloading bits do use up platform units. Like with the belts, it's quite a lot. Yep, okay, I see. Okay, but we do have a staging set up now, so we can do some shapes. which one should we do first? I think we should get this one going at a reasonable rate, right? Because we can take half the belt, split it, and then we can at least get this shape getting delivered. So this shape is just this shape. Wife did tell me I'm missing a little bit of a thing here. That's fine. Now, this is almost done as well. So we've got to figure out that next pattern too. So let me just grab some stuff. Maybe this will give me some platform units. Not very much, but a little bit is better than nothing. So if we take this, we could take more of this, but whatever. We'll just halve the speed. We'll get this stacking on top of itself. Basically, we need... Didn't we have a system that stacks something on top of itself, or did we delete that? Where did we do that? Let me have a think. It's like double flowers happening somewhere. I must have deleted the system because we're not doing double flowers anymore. All right, cool. So I was thinking just getting a platform. Then whatever comes out here, we just stack on top of itself. So we'll take a belt. We'll rotate one of these belts. So with 2 rotators, for example. Oh, wait, that's not going to work as well. I need to fix this if I'm going to do this, because I just realized also the stuff coming out of here is not rotated properly. Can I even do that? Is that even possible? It's going to be difficult. I need to fix this. We need to move everything a little bit further back. So let's just get that moved all the way to the back. What I'm saying is the stuff coming out here is not actually aligned properly. So if we, let me just get a shape in here. Get this a little out of the way. Bring this over to here. We can see the stuff coming out here is not actually aligned properly. So one of these needs a 90-degree rotation, which is fine. We just need to create some space for that to happen. Then it still does all its thing, right? We can just get this coming out here. Let me just remove this out of the way. And like here. Something like that. Now this one also needs to be moved just a little bit back. And we can just chuck it a little bit to the right as well. Let me just take the parts that I need. Let's just put it here. This is by no means going to be any sort of pattern or anything, so I don't really care. Why can't I copy this? Alright, let's get that rotated. Then we will get these out. Why you don't like that? Cool. Now we need to get these out. Oops, forgot to do these. Alright, so the outs are all good. I just need the ins going in. So this thing needs to come over. It needs to do a hop somewhere and then another hop. So this probably needs a bridge and then a hop here. Then this can go into here like that. And then this one can go in here. And that should get it working. And now everything should come out at the same orientation, which is great. Now with everything at the same orientation, this should work now. So I just need to get this into a row of 4 stackers or 6 stackers. Something like this. Now we're going to get barely any volume of this shape, but I don't really care. It just gives me something while I work on this pattern. Yep. Great. Let's get that out. We're only going to get 2 belts to this shape, but 2 belts to this shape is better than no belt to this shape. We've got 305 platform units to solve our next problem. We shouldn't need too many platform units for the next problem anyway. But that should get that shape going. Right? Let me just double check that. Cool. Shape preview is telling me it's working. Hopefully we see some numbers while we work on this shape. So let's go over to milestone 5 and figure out how to do this shape. Alright. First thing I'm going to do is move my trains out of the way. Then I basically need to stop cutting this, right? We're going to start with a full shape, obviously. Then we're going to need to take any sort of platform and figure out what to do with that full shape. We just delete a couple of these. All right, what is the smartest way to sort of do this? We need to cut this apart and then Yeah. Is there a swapping solution to like double the output of this something like that'll be cool? Because we're basically taking half the shape and half the shape, right? If we cut it apart, let's just play around with cutters and swappers until we get something that we want. If we cut this apart and then we rotate it, let's rotate this the other way. And then what happens if you like swap this back together? Does that like do something that we want? Maybe. Oops, swapping. That gets me like 2. What if I start rotating this into like bits that already exist? Because if you swap the whole parts, then obviously it doesn't work, right? Like say, what if I swap this again so that they're like, wait, no, that makes it exactly the same. What if we do this? What if we do one swap? Let's just test different combinations of stuff. Okay, that gets me 1 and 5. Is that something useful? But like rotate it twice and then swap again. What does that give me? Kind of. And then I rotate and swap again. So it does work. It's just some weird combination of rotators and swappers. I want to keep this formation with the hole. Almost got it. Yeah. So there's definitely some way to do this pattern with swappers and stuff. Let me just figure this out. Yeah, I thought it required some sort of special swapping majiggy, but actually, if you think about what this thing is, it's basically just a checkerboard, right? It's a checkerboard with half shapes. So I'm just using my existing checkerboard design instead of doing something crazy and complicated. It took me the entire duration of this shape being processed to find out, even though I'm going to cut through this in the video, but I was doing some crazy stuff. Eventually got like this long and I was like, wait a minute. This is just a checkerboard. Just because there's bits missing doesn't mean it's not a checkerboard, right? So basically this is a hexaboard or a trefoil with missing parts. So if you just do this, it actually works exactly the same way as how we made this hexaboard. Cool. So that's fine. If we do that, we can get 1 belt into 4. Well, 1 belt, yeah, becomes 4 and then outputs 4. This thing's massive though. Holy moly. But massive is good for us right now. So let me see what I can fit onto here. Let me grab some operator points. Maybe we can unlock some tech that can help us. Can we unlock the 2x2 platform? Is that a good technology to unlock right now? Foundations 2. Oh, I really want 3rd floor like soon, but you know what? Foundations 2 is kind of holding us back from doing stuff at the moment, so I'm going to get it. So yeah, we just need this system, but over here. Now we can build our real hexaboard blueprint because we're going to need this thing for like everything in here, I believe. So basically, if we have an input coming in, really we want 2 inputs coming in, but this is a special one. This is only going to have itself. Maybe I'll end up making 2 versions of this. So let me just put this in. Each belt is going to go through one of this system, and then it's going to come out trefoiled, right? Oh, maybe this one can be done on a 2x1. Oh man, why did I waste all those points? Can it be done on a 2x1? Because this one's kind of simple, right? Let me have a look. If I fit this, no, I need 2 output lanes. Or do I need 2 output lanes? I wonder if we could do this on 1 output lane. No, because it's going to come out and then where is it going to go out? Okay, that's definitely not going to work. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be super tight. There's like so much belt work involved. All right, you know what? I'm going to just do this on a 2x2. But obviously this can be done on a 2x1. But for brevity's sake, I'm just going to do this on a 2x2. Let's just do 1 first and then just see how that looks. So it's something like this, and then we need to rotate this, don't we? They're not the same shape. But then there's 2 output lanes here, 1 and 2, something like this, and we need like 4 of these systems somewhere. Let me just put them anywhere for now. Something like this. Maybe we can like flip this like this. Then we can maybe like take this and move it 2 tiles out, and then put 2 more like a little bit offset like this. I think this should be fine. There's our 8 output lanes and we can just pump them down forwards. Then we can get these input lanes in. Do I have enough room? Why do I have to jam myself so close? Let's just move this all up a little bit like here. Then let's get these inputs in. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, you can definitely fit this onto a 2x1 with a little bit of creativeness, I think. Something like that, and then we can just get these 4 output lanes going out. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think that'll do for now. That'll get us a single belt into a double belt. Now these are all happening on 2 layers, so we want this happening on 2 layers as well. I think this is a reasonably clean build. I'm sure there's probably a better way to do this, but as always, but this is how I'm going to do it. We can flip this and get that going as well, and that should give us both of these shapes. Beautiful. And we're doubling the volume that we're doing it at, so we need to double this volume too. Okay, might as well just delete this, copy that, and chuck it there, and line up this train to this thing. We're going to need like a custom train for this. 2, 3, 4. Then we need to hook this back into it, the main line, to deliver the shape to the vortex. And obviously at the vortex I need to increase the offloading as well, so we need 2 more offloadings. I mean, do I even have enough like space area to do this? I don't even think I have enough space area to like offload another 2 belts. Do I even have the vortex inputs for this? Can I get more vortex inputs? I feel like I need more vortex inputs. Nope, that costs 7. Okay, cool, that's fine. This thing is done. Oh, awesome. I finished a part of a task. So we just need to put on a full red hexagon onto this. Do we have a full red hexagon somewhere? We do not. Awesome. All right, I'm just going to leave it offloading 2 belts, because where am I even going to offload? Like, where's my vortex inputs? This is all being used. This is all being used. This is partially being used. This is all being used. I only have 4 vortex inputs. I mean, I could take 2 from each one, I guess, but that seems annoying. Yeah, it's cool that we can do this, but we don't have the inputs right now to put this all in unless I cut some of my other shapes. But I don't think this is going to be holding us back anyway. So let's go and do some tasks while we just wait for this. We do have to make sure that we're getting the right 2 inputs. Crap, where's my train going to go? Oh man, this is going to be annoying. I'm going to end up getting just like 1 shape, aren't I? Let's cut this. So the train's going to stop here. Let's just put the train back to normal. Well, at the moment the train's not going to stop anyway because it's got no stop. 1, 1, 2. Yeah, good idea. It's great that we're getting double the volume, but I don't have the capacity to deal with double the volume right now. That's fine. We'll get more vortex inputs, and then we'll get that all hooked in on all the vortex inputs. We're going to need the vortex inputs for other stuff anyway. We can't just live with this many vortex inputs. Either that, or we can save for train launches, but that's not going to be anytime soon if we don't get any tasks or anything done, right? We've got 433 platform units, so let's work on some tasks. Let's just get this one done, that way we can decommission this area. Can we just get like a really dirty red hexagon going somewhere without too much hassle? There's a hexagon, there's a red. Is there a closer hexagon and a red? We can make a red hexagon like here without hopefully too many platform units, and then just maybe like train it over here, or just like belt it. Let's see how many units this takes. We don't even need to make many of these. So let's just take a color painter from anywhere here. Oh, this is not a painter. Oops. Take a painter, like this part of a painter. Chuck it on here. Then we will get some space pipe. Let's see how much this takes. 50, 60. Oh, this is going to be expensive. Bring it to the hexagon. We'll extract ourselves some hexagons. Something like this. Then we'll just paint it. Like that. Like that. Then we've got red hexagons. Now we can belt it over. How much does that cost me? 68. Alright, fine. That's okay. I can afford 68. Belt it over where? Like that. And then we just stack it onto this shape, right? And it's all symmetrical, so it doesn't really matter where I stack it. Oh, right, wrong stacker. Mark 2 stacker. That is the top, that is the bottom. Excellent. Get that in, let's get that out. So at least that shape's going for this task. What's this task called? Wilted bulb. Alright, let's finish leafing alone because we haven't done this shape for ages. Maybe that'll be the first task of our new staging area because we haven't been doing that shape for ages because we couldn't find the right stuff to do that. Alright, so our staging area is here. For leafing alone, we need a green and a red. So let's get a green and a red going. This is one space pipe's worth, but obviously we want more later. Oh man, this is gonna cost all of my stuff. Holy moly. How's this going, by the way? None of this is working. Oh wait, no, we do have shapes here. We've got, let's just check our staging area. We've got our hexagon. We've got our gear. They call this a gear, really? I'm just gonna call this arrows because they look like arrowheads. I'm going by the shape that's like this is, yeah, whatever. All right. Okay, we definitely don't have the platform units to do this. This is like 90 and then this is like 90, damn it. And I want to move my trains closer to this thing. Oh man, this is super annoying. We literally don't have the platform units to get stuff done that we want done. All right, let me just check on my milestone 5 to make sure this is all going correctly. What is happening at home? Yeah, we gotta like fix this stuff again. No. All right, cool. That's fine. What's the last part of this milestone? It's just 2 of these stacked together. All right, that's cool. We have all the components to do this. Not at like double speed, but we have all the components to do it. Oh, platform units, how you guys are a thing. All right, let me see if I can recoup some platform units by deleting this stuff because we don't need any of this stuff anymore. 225, yeah, it's not nearly enough. We could recoup some platform units by fixing these milestone factories. Maybe we can get something delivered by train, like this thing. Holy moly, this thing not being delivered by train is horrible. Let's get this delivered by train and recoup some platform units. So let's grab this shape loader and we'll bring this down by rail now. Right, we need stops and locomotives. What am I doing? Get a train stop going, get a wagon, a locomotive, and bring that down. And we'll just unload it wherever the heck it's doing its thing right now. Where is it doing its thing? It's being painted here. Okay, let's get rid of all of this belt then. This is like a temporary thing for milestone 1. There should be a lot of platform units, it feels like. 600, alright, that should be enough to get the shape going for my staging area. It is here, right? That's where I wanted it. There's actually more platform units to be taken. Hello? So I need unloading somewhere here, like this. Then we just get a rail in there. We get a stop. And that should just work, right? Train should come over, unload my shape here. It gets painted green. Our milestone 1 continues. Great. Now we have 700 units. 700 units should be enough in staging 1 to get this set up now. So let's get staging 1 sorted. Forgot. Oh man. Can you imagine if I played 1000% hard mode on the right settings that I wanted? Holy moly. That would have been a nightmare. All right, let's bring everything here and then we'll get all the staging shapes in. So what are we doing for this? We're making 2 of these things. So it's basically, I need a, ooh, how do we do this sort of stuff? Because it's only partially painted, right? For the most part, I want a flower unpainted. Where's my flower? Flower's down this one. Cool. You can barely see what the shapes are from the space view. Let's just try to figure it out with 1. So we definitely need to like cut this flower in half. So my regular cutting 1 to 2 should work for that. So here's my regular cutting 1 to 2. That gets me 2 half flowers. Now, one of the half flowers, I need to cut this in a really weird way. Interesting. Basically, I need to cut a petal off this thing and then put it back on it. I'm thinking of doing it like diagonally. So let's just cut an asymmetric petal off this. Is there a swapping solution to get this shape? I don't think so, because what I'm trying to do is get out like one petal and then another petal and then put them together and then cut and then paint that. So I don't have to do painting twice. Or is it easier to just paint twice is the question. This is a very good question. I don't know. But I'm going to do it this way. Let me just take this out 1 more tile so it has room to work. Sometimes you can just sit here trying to think of the most clever solution, whereas you can just implement the dumb solution like a billion times. Now, will this tell me what this is? That's the 3. That's the 1. So yeah, that doesn't do anything. I need to rotate this maybe like 90 degrees in any direction. Okay, rotators down. Now that should give me something. Should give me one petal of the flower and 2 petals of the flower on the other side, right? And if I do the same on the other side, it should give me something similar but different. Hopefully the opposite of what is happening. What? Why is it still 3? I don't understand. The 180-degree rotators, really? 90 degrees either way. I think these two rotations are either need to be the same or opposite. I can't tell right now. So that's a single pedal on the bottom right. And that gives me a single pedal on the bottom right. Damn it. At least they're together. This is probably a dumb way to do this. 180-degree rotator. Then these two can sort of stack together. Now we're going to see if two asymmetrical cutters even work together nicely. Then we can get a swapper or a stacker, doesn't really matter. That should give me that diagonal pedal bit that I want, right? Yep, and then that's what gets painted green. So let me bring my green paint down. Gotta be aware of my platform units doing this sort of stuff. So my green paint can come in here. Then we can get painting going. Like that. That'll get me my green part of the component. Yep. And then these just need to all be stacked together. Why is this still triple things? They're not meant to be triple things, right? That's bottom right. That's bottom left. Oh, they're both bottom left. Sorry, my bad. And then one of these needs to go through a 180-degree rotation. Then these two can be put together. Well, we can just put it all back together with this thing, right? That's probably easier to do. So that's going to be green, I hope. What is happening here? I have no idea what's happening here. Let's just put a bin on all this stuff so that it can run for a bit and then I can come back and deal with it. At the moment, I can't even see what the heck is going on. Remember, with the asymmetrical cutters, without it flowing, everything will just jam up. So we'll let it float. And I'll come back and check on this in a bit. What is happening with this shape? Is it done? Or did it just never get completed? Let me just quickly check on this shape. Wait, did it change on me? No, it didn't. Why? Oh, first of all, why is there only one shape producing? And secondly, why is it not being... It's always oscillating like which level it's coming out of. Oh god. This is what happens when you don't do everything using proper blueprints and do everything by like little sections. So only 2 of these are even working. And they're working on the top lane. Only one of these lanes is even working. Which makes sense because... why is this lane not working? This lane is going into a stacker and nothing is coming out of it. What? Are these not coming out the bottom? Yeah, they're not even like paired with the same lanes. Where's my... Why is this not coming out as a full belt? What is happening with all my blueprints? Oh, right. I forgot to put mining extensions on here. Oh, funny. I was like, what the heck? At least this side should be fully saturated, right? And then whatever, even if this is missing lanes, it should still work. All right, it doesn't matter. We're getting some of that shape. Let me just confirm that is the right shape. Cool. Let's head back to staging 1 and figure out if we've done anything here correctly. Why is this green? Right, this is getting binned, hopefully. Yeah, it's cool. This is the shape that I want, this little green pedal. Now we need to get its counterpart, the other side, stacked all together. So this is no longer a job for stackers, right? It's going to be a job for, no longer a job for swappers. We're going to need our stackers. So this is going diagonally this way. What's coming out of here? If this is going diagonally this way, this thing should fit perfectly with it in theory. Let's try it. I can see the systems in hexagonal mode is extremely complex. Top and bottom don't matter, it's a single layer shape. Then let's get this side going as well. Oops, I needed that 180-degree rotator. Something like this. And then that should give me the full bottom layer of that shape, I believe. Yes, no? 180-degree rotation. Why does this not look like a 180-degree rotation? Because it's not. Cool. In theory, this should be correct. Let's just keep binning it so that it runs. Otherwise, it'll jam up the system and I'm never going to be able to tell whether it's correct or not. Not sure if I'm a fan of this asymmetrical crap. I mean, we could just rotate and cut and rotate and cut. Actually, we need asymmetrical because like once you cut a hexagon shape into half and you have a half hexagon shape, you can't cut that again unless I do a 1:3 cutting design. Oh, that's clever. And then just shred the hexagon into all 6 of its componentry pieces and then piece it back together. That could be an idea for our next blueprint. Anyway, right now we need this shape. So let's just half destroy it because we're only getting 1 full space belt of the base shape. So I know I can take a full hexagon and turn it into 3 of that red shape, but I don't want to do that because that would require asymmetrical cutting and managing volumes and stuff. So yeah, let's just paint it red first. That should get me red hexagons, and then I need to destroy half the red hexagon, rotate, and then destroy half the red hexagon. All right, so let's just half destroy it. Then let's rotate 90 degrees any which way. Oh, it does matter which way. So I'm gonna have the right half. I need to rotate 90 degrees clockwise. Because I don't want to destroy 2/3 of it. Then I need to half destroy it again, and that should give me the shape, but I don't know what orientation the shape is in for merging with this shape. But we can work on that in a bit. It's not going to tell me anything, right? Then this shape and this shape just needs to stack with a stacker, and then top and bottom does matter. Top, bottom. Cool. I'll leave the bin here because I want that to flow while this is waiting. Top and bottom is the wrong way. Alright, cool. This is done. Let's go work on our milestone 5 while we figure this out. Now, milestone 5 should be reasonably easy to deal with. We just need to bring this out a little bit. We could double up the volumes, and we probably should because of the 30k shapes it requires. So let me get another one of these going because we've got the 2 of these, which is great. If we just stack the blue and the red, we'll get a full belt of this. So this is 1 shape. If I just get another one of these going, I can double the speed. So let me just get that going. We just need a stacker. Order doesn't matter in this. Oh man, stupid Mark II stacks. I really need the 3rd floor. Yeah, order doesn't matter in this case. So let's just get something like this going. I don't want to use this belt because I might want to use it for stuff later. So this belt goes out like this. And then that should give me the base layer of my milestone shape. Yes, no, I need to rotate something. So let's just rotate this. Why is this not pulling out full belts of shapes? Is there some sort of weird majiggies going on here? Can't really tell with shape volumes and such whether things are happening efficiently. Like it's happening fast enough for me, which is I guess good enough, but yeah, I don't know if it's happening at like peak efficiency, you know. So we just need this. This is the bottom, that's the top now. I don't know if that's rotated the same way. It's obviously rotated differently to this, so it needs some sort of 90-degree rotation, right? I think something like this would work. While that's computing itself, maybe we should just give some room to ourselves. Oops. To work. What do we got? More operator points, some research points that aren't going to help us very much. I think the next technology I really want is the 3rd floor. That way I can start using all my normal blueprints and start building all my final blueprints, because at the moment I can't do anything, which is really annoying. Now if I just get another bunch of these going and another bunch of red going, I can double up the volume and get that 30k done at twice the speed. So let me just double up the red. Let me go over here and double up this as well, because we've got all the shapes, we've got all the rail networks set up. So it's like, why not do this is the only question. So if we just double up that, then we got to double up this. Now I think this is delivering way too slow as well. I don't know if we need to do this, but we'll just do it anyway. Then we need some stops. 1, 1, 2 there. And then that should double it up, hopefully. Now we need to double unload as well. 1, 2. Now we've got this again. So we basically just need to copy whatever the heck is happening here over here somewhere. Let's just give it a little bit of room for any shenanigans. Do we need room for shenanigans? We do. Maybe like offset a little bit as well for paint. So if we get more paint coming through here like that, and more shape coming out like that, then that should give me the red arrow. Then that will split into 2 half red arrows. Then we can do the same processing with this blue. So the first step is the red arrow and the blue needs to become friends. So we'll do it a little bit down here so that we have room to do stuff like that. And then the blue needs to come over. It needs a rotation as well, whatever this rotation is. Then it needs to come over and meet its friend. Great. And then the other side of this needs to go through whatever this process is. Let me see if this is working properly now. That's looking awfully like the shape that I want. Great. So I need this to go over here and then this process over here somewhere. It's not the cleanest factory design, but it's a functional one and it doubles my speed. So I'm very happy with that. We barely have any platform units left. Let's go back to staging 1 now and figure out what the heck is going on. So I think this should be all saturated now so I can actually figure out all the rotations and such. So let's get that belt going over. So this one's rotated like diagonal. So therefore this one needs to be rotated diagonal as well. Is that a 180 degree rotator? Cool, I think that should do it. Nope, it's not 180, is it? It's 90 or 60. So wait, 120 clockwise. I believe that will give me the right shape. Yes. Yes. All right, let's set up the train and then we're all good. So this is going to be just one station, right? So let me grab the train unloading loader. Sorry, we'll flip it and then we'll bring it back to base. I'm just going to bring it any which way for now. We'll fix up the train rails a bit later when we clean up all this stuff. Bring it a bit closer. And we'll just unload like right here somewhere. Did I build a stop over there? I didn't build a stop, did I? Get my trains in. Go back to home and do something similar. We need a stop, an unloading platform, and that's it. We just need to bring this into base. And then we're going to figure out where we can wire this into output. There's 4 there, so maybe we can take these and move it out of the way. Like that. And then these 4 can just use this one. Oops. Okay, that should in theory work. If I jump this properly. Then it's a bit messy, all a bit messy. We've got to clean all this up. We've got to get rid of all this crap at the start of our home area so that we can get train systems going in. But this should all be working. We'll make sure milestone 5 is indeed loading that shape. Why has it like not loaded a single iteration of that shape at all? Is it the wrong shape? Looks like the right shape to me, as the train is just slow. I think it's just slow. Yeah, I think that's working. Just quickly check on staging 1. Make sure this is the right shape. We're trying to make that. It's a rotated version of that, which is correct. It is loading onto the platforms. Train will take it eventually and bring it back home. All right. Now we can try to get another task going, or maybe we should do a little bit of cleanup for like milestone 1 or something like that. Because milestone 1 is currently using like 1 billion platform units. And I don't know if I want it to be doing that. Look at this. This one's quite long as well, right? So maybe we should set up milestone 1, or we can keep working on tasks, I guess. This one's done. Nice. So we can deconstruct this piece of crap. Then we get some platform units back. Let's clean this up first and see where we're at. I think we also need more vortex openings, I guess, because at the moment it's definitely not enough. But let's see how many platform units we get back from getting rid of this crap. quite a bit. Thinking investing in, like, while this is doing things, maybe we should invest our time into cleaning this up. Let's redo milestone 1. Because I do want the milestones to keep giving us platform stuff, or we can just get rid of it completely. Like, there's 2 different options to do this. But I think I want to probably redo the milestone factory somewhere else. Let me find a good place to do that for milestone 1. So I keep saying milestone 1, what I mean is milestone 3. I want to do this one. Yeah, it's milestone 3, sorry. Let me copy this shape code, and I will just put a marker anywhere for now. And then I'm going to go find somewhere that has all these shapes. I'll be right back. I'm kind of liking this area for milestone 4. So I'm going to do it here, and I'll tell you why. 1, because I've got this red shape already here, so that saves me a painting step. I've got blue and most of the arrow bits I need from here. I need 2 arrow bits, and the green bit is I just can take a petal from here, I guess, and then paint it green twice. That's not too much of an issue. So let's get that going. We'll do that for the end of this episode and clean up milestone 4. I think that's a good place to leave it. So let's start with this shape first. Let's get that extracted. I think in terms of volume, like, I'm just going to leave it at 1 volume. I don't think we need it to be outputting a billion volume of things. We're going to bring it over to this side of the world because that's where everything else is going to get processed. So we will invest a few platform units in doing that. I mean, we can do that by train also, but why? Then let's get this shape going. So we want to paint this shape blue first and then cut out this 2/3. Just line this up. Got an entire asteroid to work with. Why not? So, oh, this shape is now done. Excellent. Oh, this shape is pretty easy to process, right? Let's just do that real quick while we get this milestone factory going. So let's go back to staging 1. Because we already got this shape going. We're just destroying most of it at the moment. So instead of destroying most of it, why don't we cut it in half first and then destroy the bits we don't need. So we take that, we cut it in half. Is that cutting 1 to 2? Right, and then we're going to have 2 half shapes. So with this top half, or this left half, we need to rotate it 2 notches, so 120 degrees clockwise. So let's get that done. No, let's get rid of this because I don't remember what thing it is. So 120 degrees clockwise, and then a half destroy, right? Does that give me the shape that I want? Let me just think about that. 120 degrees clockwise, 1 notch, 2 notch. That'll give me the shape that I want. And then we need to stack this shape with something. Over on this other side, we also need to rotate. Let's have a look. So we need to rotate this 1, 2 notches the other way. Okay, so let's just do that. 120 degree counterclockwise and then half destroy. And then in theory, that should give me 2 shapes that need to be stacked. There might need to be some sort of rotation involved, but we can definitely get that Mark II stacker or a swapper. It doesn't really matter. And that should give us the shape that we need to just put back onto this belt and then stack on. The bottom part hasn't changed at all. We might need some sort of rotation here as well, but I can't really tell anything until something comes out. No previews, no nothing. Great. Let's continue working on this shape until we get that working. So milestone 4. So that should have traveled over. Nope, still traveling. Let's get this painted. Now we've got that blue shape. Now we need to cut out this part of it. So we need to cut this into 2/3, 3/3. You know what? This is probably a useful time to build a blueprint that can do that. And now that we have our like 2x2 platforms, we should probably do something like that. So let's go over here and go over here. Now, if we have a belt of shapes coming in and I want to split the shape into its 3 constituent thirds, I want to also do this asymmetrically in case... Do we want to assume that it's going to be asymmetric, or should we just assume symmetry? No, we shouldn't. We can't assume symmetry. Nothing in hexagonal can assume symmetry. So let's see if this process is easy or hard. Let's cut it out first in half. Then we need to take... Which third do we want? We want the bottom part. The bottom part and the bottom part, right? So we need to get this rotated to there. and then this one will be the opposite rotation, and then they need to be cut in half and cut in half again. Now we've got the two, that's that part, right? Yes, and that's that part, beauty. And then these two parts need to come back together. So if we just take this part and this part and just stack it together, should we use a bent stacker? No, we can't do this on 2 layers, so we need to use a swapper. So a system like this, we'll work on condensing it later in like maybe a blueprint design series or something. Let's just get a functional one first. So these are my 3/3. Why is it not in position? Let me think. Because I've rotated it. I need to rotate this back. So the opposite rotation needs to apply to these. And now we've got the 3/3 in the exact position that they used to be in. That's amazing. I think this is a very useful blueprint, but it's going to be very hard to de-spaghettify this because there's 1 input and 3 outputs, right? So something like this, then the output of this swapper can be linked together like this. That's 1. Then we need 2 more. So this, and this is 1. Then the other side needs to also become 1. So maybe they can go down this way. Like that. Now I've got my 3 output belts, and I think this is going to be a kind of useful blueprint, right? I think it's a pattern that we might need to do over and over again, as in taking a full shape and splitting it into its 3 constituent thirds. So yeah, but it's pretty big and scary. I don't know how I'm going to fit this into this platform. So I don't think you need to watch me do that. So I'm just going to fast forward through this part while I do it. Before I start fast forwarding, let's just double check on our other staging shape as well. Make sure that's going while we start doing this. Nope, that's definitely not right. I did say we definitely need some sort of rotation, right? So where do we want it to be? We want it to be like there and there. So this is in the correct spot. This needs 120-degree rotation, and then we should be good. Clockwise, I believe. Can I have a shape preview, please? I'm going to assume that's good. Then we get the 2 bits that's slightly rotated. And in theory, that should be what we want, right? I don't know. I'll check back on this while I'm doing the fast forward. Let's go and do the belts. Alright, let me preface by just saying I hate this design. I think this is gonna, like, if you look at the way I iterated from this massive monstrosity, right? So this thing splits a single shape into its 3 constituent parts. It's a 1 in, 3 out design. You can already tell it's kind of going to be janky on a 2x2 platform, but I try to fit it in, and just looking at it, I kind of was like, oh, the belt work is just going to be monstrous, right? Because you've got 3 sets of 4 belts to get out of 3 exits. That's already kind of terrible. Then I tried to do a couple of different designs with it. After I put in the input belts, I was like, where the heck is the space going to go for the output belts? So I think this actually makes the most sense to create on a 3x3 platform, because then you have 3 exits coming out the top, right? So you get 1 coming in the middle and then 3 coming out the top, which is perfect. But we don't have 3x3s at the moment. So what I've just done is I've done a really ugly design on 2 2x2s. But basically you've got the 1 in, you've got the 3 outs. I've just done the belting any which way that I can. It looks horrible, but it's fine. I think let's just test its functionality, because at the moment, without all our tech unlock, functionality is more important than anything else. So it's going to be like that for now, right? I'm just going to save this. Well, I'm not going to save it yet. I need to duplicate this up to 3 levels, but let's just bin test this. While I was doing that, I also went and fixed some minor mistakes with this milestone shape, this task shape. So hopefully that will get that going at some point, but I'm going to let this run and test. While I do that, Should I just copy this up one level? I have full faith in my test and my belt work. I shouldn't have full faith in my test and my belt work. I should just wait, but whatever. Get that up one level, and then we'll just chill for a bit and wait to see what happens. Now, let that run for quite some time, and I do believe it is working. I mean, the speed of everything is not quite right. I think belt speed is currently a little bit faster than everything else, but yeah, we're definitely getting, this is the bottom third, this is the left third, and that's the right third, right? So I think it's definitely working. It might be a few bugs in there as usual with my designs, but let's put this into practice and see. I don't need this third, so that can continuously get binned. Everything needs to get binned because it consumes the whole belt of shapes, and this whole swapping system needs to be fully consumed for it to work. But basically, we've got the 2 bits that we need now. So we can bring those 2 bits to complete the milestone shape. Now, we haven't processed the red part of the shape yet, did we? Yep. So this is a very custom processing, isn't it? So let's get that done real quick. We'll bring these 2 down while we're waiting, because we need 2 parts of this shape, right? One to go into the bottom layer, and then one to go into the layer above it. So let's figure out the processing for this shape. We need to cut out bits of it and then move the red over to the other side. So is there some kind of weird swap magic that we can do to this? We're only processing 4 belts. We'll just do it on a 2x2, whatever. Give ourselves plenty of room to work, because this is not a blueprint. This is just a very bespoke custom factory to process this shape. Let me quickly figure out how that works. So do we need to cut it, or can we just like swap it with itself and that'll somehow work? I feel like it's easier to just cut it apart. Yeah, just cut it apart. We'll get rid of the parts we don't want. We need both the red parts, so let's rotate this. There's probably some swap solution you can do to this. I think Waf's already told me what the swap solution you can do to this is, but I'm just gonna quickly do my cutting solution to it. So let me rotate. Which way do I want to rotate? Why do both these rotations look wrong? I need 120-degree rotations, don't I? So I need it to go there and there. And now I can destroy the parts that I don't want with half destroyers. And now I've got the parts that I do want. Now this thing needs to be cut apart again. Oop, we need to rotate that back like that. And then it can be cut apart again. I'm sure there's some very elegant swapping solution to this, but yeah, it's kind of annoying to do. Well, we can use a swapper to do these 2 parts, right? If I rotate this twice, then that and that can swap, I think. That gets us part of the shape. And then if I just put this down to the opposite end, 180, and rotate this 190 the other way, then I think if we just swap these 2, we get our answer, right? Yep, that's the shape that I want. That's the bottom layer of this shape. Great. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it works. So it's fine. We get like 4 of those going. And then we need like a bunch of these. So 1 in, 1 out. That should be not a problem at all. We'll center it over here somewhere. And then we'll offset this out 1. That way all the belts can come in. Let me just copy this whole shenanigans to the other end. Like that. Then we'll belt everything in. So we'll go 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. There we go. Now that should give us 4 iterations of that shape. That just needs to come out somewhere. So I'll probably just get it out, going out there. So let's grab that. Grab that. Grab this one. And grab that one. Not the most elegant solution, but it works. Now with this shape in place and this shape in place, we just need to rotate one of these to fit this. Is there any that already fit without rotation? I don't think so. It needs to be in the top right third. So this is a 120 degree rotation on this one, clockwise. I believe that gets it into the right spot. Now this and this can stack. So let's get a stacker in. We can cut this belt a little bit. It can't swap, it has to stack. So let's get our Mark II stacker going. Top and bottom don't matter in this case. So let's just move this all back 1 tile. Bring this in to stack. Now we've got our bottom layer. Excellent. And now onto our bottom layer, we need to push the above layer. So the above layer needs to be opposite to whatever this is. So currently it's in the top right. So this needs to be into the bottom left. So that's just a 60-degree rotation clockwise, I believe. Oh, and our milestone shape's done. Awesome. Maybe I will do 1 milestone per episode. Alright, and then we just finish this off, and then let's just move this back 1 more tile. Then this and this can stack, and then we'll come back and work on the other thing, the rest of this milestone shape next episode. That milestone is done. But yeah, we're progressing towards this milestone 1 shape. We did the hard part for it. We got a new little blueprint out of it. We will work on that in our blueprint design series. So let's get this top and bottom stacked. That is the top and that is the bottom. So we need to flip. Yeah, because this bit is the top, right? And that's the bottom. Okay, so that should get us most of it out. And then we just need to get the green teardrop out. So we're going to need a new blueprint to extract like a 1/6 of a shape out of an asteroid. I think that'll be a useful blueprint, like a series of rotations and destructions to get maybe the top right 1/6 of a shape out. That would be pretty useful, I think. Yeah, and then that should be it. Cool. So milestone is completed. We do have color mixing unlocked now. We'll unlock that at the start of the next episode and start working on these color mixed milestones. Excellent. We also need to really get our technology points going. So maybe we should defocus a little on the milestones and start focusing a bit more on shapes. But hopefully with 1,000 more platform units, you know what? I'll just unlock it now. Great. We got color mixing. And we've got another 1,400 platform units. I think I'll invest that into doing some tasks, get ourselves some research points going. Everything's going well so far. We'll leave it there for this episode. So if you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.